Welcome to Success Stories in Steuben County, created and implemented by the fourth grade class at Pleasant Lake Elementary, edited by Austin Van, and supported by the FIST grant and MSD of Steuben County Schools.
Hello and welcome to Success Stories of Steuben County. I'm your host, Evelynn, along with my editor, Orion. We are here with Miss Clary, who is currently the third grade teacher at Pleasant Lake Elementary and one of my favorite teachers.
Hello.
Thank you for your time here. I'm going to ask you some questions about how you became successful and hopefully learn how I can become successful too.
That sounds great. I already think you are successful, Evelynn.
Thanks. How about you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, as you said, I'm the third grade teacher here at Pleasant Lake Elementary. I also coach high school cross country for the girls team, which is a lot of fun, and middle school track for all the runners that run the distance events. So they run the mile and the 800. I live in Angola, not too far from Henry Park, and I love to go on runs, go on hikes, spend time at the lake. One unique thing is that I actually went to school in MSD of Steuben County. So kindergarten through high school, I went to school here. So some of the teachers that are teaching at the middle school and high school were my teachers. So it's kind of cool that I got to return back to where I got my start to help kids get their start too.
That sounds very interesting. I think that you made a great decision.
Thank you. Me too.
How did you get your job as a teacher?
Yes, so I went to college. I went to college in Indianapolis at Butler University. And when I started college, I wanted to be in the business world. I wanted to work at a nonprofit organization that helped give back to the community. So I was interested in maybe like something with kids or something with just helping people have a better life. But as I got into my business classes, I realized that I really, really was interested in teaching and teaching kids. So I switched my major from business to education, and I fell in love with it. At Butler, I was able to be in the classroom from the start. So I got to work with kindergarten all the way up through high school, and we did all sorts of things. And I just knew that was my true calling. So after 4 years of college, I graduated. I had to take some tests to become a teacher, be licensed as a teacher. And then I had to interview for some different positions, and I ended up teaching in Indianapolis for a year, first grade, before moving back here and teaching third grade at Pleasant Lake.
I guess that you made a great decision, and it sounds like you really loved teaching, like a lot.
I do. I never feel like I have to work a day because it's all so much fun every day to come to school.
All right. How do you think being a teacher affects our community?
Yeah, so as I said earlier, I love teaching at MSD here at Pleasant Lake in Angola because this is where I got my start. And when I look back on my life, so many of the things that I'm thankful for and grateful for were things that teachers helped me learn or do. So I think being a teacher is really important because I can help kids become the best version of themselves, both in their brains and in their hearts.
So your goal is trying to make them really successful.
Yeah, and everybody's successful in their own way. And I think that's a cool part of being a teacher too, is helping kids understand that we're all different and we all have different gifts and talents that are special just for us.
Wow. I think that you're doing an amazing job at doing that.
You're so sweet, Evelynn.
Thank you. All right, on to the next question. Did you need certain grades to earn a teaching degree?
So when I switched majors, I had to submit all my test scores that I took to get into college. So you have to take several different tests in high school that help you get into college. And I had to submit all those test scores, and there was a certain level that you had to be at to be accepted into the College of Education. So these tests, they tested math skills, reading skills, writing skills. So all the things that you do in school every day really do matter and really do pay off for when you want to pursue your dreams. I also had to make sure that I maintained a certain GPA in school, because when I went to get my job, employers look at that. They look at, does this person take school seriously? Does this person do her best every day? Because that's the kind of person they want to hire in a job, right?
That sounds kind of scary, having random people see all your grades.
Well, you should be proud of them, because if you're doing your best every day, that you should be proud of them.
Wow. All right. After you earned your degree, what other special training did you go through?
Yeah, so a cool thing about being a teacher is that you always are learning. So there's a lot of different professional development opportunities that keep you up to date on all the cool things that are happening. So at our school, we have technology leaders who help us with all the new upcoming technology. We have people who are specialized in reading and math that help us learn new things to be able to deliver the best instruction to our students, help them figure out how they can learn best. I also went back to school after I graduated because I wanted to be a principal someday. So I went back to what they call graduate school. So while I was being a teacher, I was actually in school too. And I had to do different papers and projects. And so it's really cool that we're always able to continue to learn.
I think that's really amazing. So you always wanted to be a principal?
Someday. Right now, I'm happy being a teacher.
I'm glad that you teach here and you love teaching.
Thank you.
All right. How long did you have to be in school? Like all your years, how did you go? How long have you been in school?
Yeah, so just like you, I started in kindergarten, and I graduated when I was in 12th grade. And then after I graduated high school, I went to college for 4 years. And then that's when I got my job. I went back to school to get my principal's license, and that took 2 years, but I could do that while I was teaching. So total, that's 13 years from kindergarten to 12th grade, and then 4 years in college and 2 more years. 19.
19 years of school?
That's crazy.
That's almost 20, and that's a really long time.
That's longer than you've been alive.
I bet you it is. Who or what inspired you to get your job?
So my mom is a teacher. She's a teacher here in Angola. She was actually my second grade teacher. So when I was in second grade, I was in her class. I tried to call her Mrs. Clary, but I couldn't. Ended up calling her Mom. But she was my inspiration in being a teacher because I saw how excited and happy she was to come to school every day. And I saw how she used her gifts and talents as a person to be the best teacher she could be. She believed and saw the best in every single one of her students. And she made that year with her kids the best year ever. They go on nature hikes, they do cool projects, all while learning all the things they need to be successful. So she's kind of my role model and inspiration in being a teacher.
Wow. I bet you your mom's a great teacher, and you are too.
Thank you, Evelyn.
All right. We're going on to the next question. Did you have any obstacles along your journey, if you're willing to share them?
Yeah, I think the biggest obstacle or biggest challenge happens every year because in teaching, you get a new group of kids every single year. So my class with you, I had you in class, is so different than my class this year. So you have to learn everything about that class. You have to learn their interests. You have to learn their dislikes. You have to learn who gets along with who and who doesn't. You have to learn their strengths. You have to learn their needs. You have to use their strengths to help them improve their needs. So I think my biggest challenge every year is just learning that new class and helping them be successful in their own way. So every year is kind of a new adventure, and I love it. That's what keeps teaching exciting.
I think that you really enjoy teaching, and I like how you used, it's a adventure every year, and you gotta learn, what this class likes and what this class needs, and then the next class, on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
How did you conquer them?
I think you just have to trust, and you just have to form really great relationships. So when I look at my kids, I don't see them just as students in my class. I see them as people. So I see them as people who have hopes, who have dreams, who have great things to contribute to our class family. I think both of you probably remember how we talked about how in third grade we're one big family for a year. And I think that mindset helps us conquer any fears or challenges we might have.
Well, I think that you use great connections to things like you said your class is a whole big family for a year. And then next year on and on and on. So they'd always remember what you said, that the whole class is a big family.
Yes.
What characteristics do you have that you are most proud of?
I think being a teacher and character traits that you need to be a teacher are flexibility. So every day you can plan for what you want to teach your kids and what you want them to learn, but things don't always go as planned. So being flexible and kind of embracing whatever the day brings is important. I think having patience is very important because we have 180 days together. It's kind of like a marathon. It's not a sprint. We're just making little gains every day, and then at the end of the year we can look back and say, wow, we did so much. I think also having that drive and determination. You have to want it to be successful for yourself. Your friend or your family or your mom or your dad or your principal, they can't want you to be successful. You have to want it. You have to say, these are my goals, and I'm going to do everything to chase after them.
Wow, that was amazing. Okay, so what character traits help you become a teacher? Like, that are most important in teaching besides flexibility?
Yeah. I think the biggest character trait that you can have that will help you become a teacher is to make sure that you are building relationships every single day. So focusing on people first, helping each other, working together as a team, knowing that together you can accomplish all that you set out to do. I think it's also important to remember grace. So forgiveness, understanding. If we're all trying to do our best every single day, sometimes we'll mess up. Sometimes we'll make mistakes, but we can overcome those mistakes together.
So what you're kind of trying to say is you can't just not forgive someone for doing a mistake. You just have to go on with it and say, hey, it's okay to make this mistake.
Because we're going to learn from those mistakes, yes.
All right. Thank you for your time here with us, and thank you for teaching us how to become successful.
Thank you for spending time with me this morning.
You're welcome, and I hope we can do this again, maybe.
That sounds good.
You're amazing, and we'll see you later.